Hello, we're back. So my name is Jessie. This is my husband, Benjamin, and we do videos over here on the channel. Wow, great intro.
About all things lifestyle, wellness, financial wellness, physical wellness, mental emotional.
Wellness.
Yeah.
And then just like regular life stuff. So today we actually want to talk about what you can see behind us, which is the fact that we remodeled our kitchen and we live in a rental.
Soft remodel.
Soft remodel.
So we've essentially given the kitchen a facelift, is what I've been telling people, because we didn't do any hard replacing other than this light that's above us. But otherwise, we kind of just prettied everything up by painting and things like that.
Yeah, so we, as y'all know, we're on a debt paying down journey, but we're also on a living our life as we want to journey. So one of the things with this kitchen is a lot of people don't think that you should do anything to a rental. And we are renting this house. We're planning to rent here for another 1.5-ish. And I can show a picture of what it looked like before. I'll also have other clips of us actually doing the work in here, but we knew we were going to be here for another 1.5 years. The rest of the house is pretty updated for the most part. And so we wanted to do something to the kitchen because it just wasn't our style. There's this like beautiful countertop, but otherwise everything was like this orange color. It didn't match anything in the rest of the house. So we were kind of just going through Pinterest. Actually, before we even moved here, we were thinking about this. But probably a few weeks ago, a year of quarantine, and we really just wanted to like update some stuff because we knew we weren't going to move from here in the next year. So we asked our landlord if we could update the kitchen a little bit, and he was totally fine with it. My dad was coming to visit. My dad's a carpenter trained, so he was able to help us out with it. But basically the plan was to paint and put on hardware. And I had a lot of questions, and I think Benjamin did too on Instagram, of people being like, why are you investing in a rental property? Especially if you're in debt, why are you, putting money into something that's not yours? And I think first of all, it wasn't that much money. So for just the paint and all the paint supplies and then the hardware, it was less than $150.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't that much money. I understand that $150 is still a good chunk of money, but we had kind of saved a little bit up for that, and we had siphoned that away for that specific thing. And for us, $150 for the next 1.5 years of happiness was worth it. I think another thing too is that we put a lot of time into it, but my dad was coming to visit. Again, he is trained in painting. He understands how to do all the carpenter type stuff. And so it was helpful with him coming in because he could kind of step in and help as well. Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting because we hadn't, I don't know, the way we had thought it through was just like, it was kind of a no-brainer to us. And so it kind of caught us off guard to get other people being like, oh, like this is such a surprise. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, it's a waste of money.
But it was a good opportunity for us to be like, oh, okay. Like if this was something that was like, it just like so made sense to us, but not to other people, that it would be a good thing to make a video about, because Jessie and I are probably known for thinking a little bit differently than most people.
Yeah.
So it was just rather straightforward in terms of, this is a space that, especially because we work from home and we cook, it's not like we eat out all the time. We spend a lot of time in this space. It's an extension of our living area. We get to, I like even sitting here at the table because it's so beautiful. We get to see into the backyard. Any investment into that would have been something that I would have taken into consideration, but just over $100 to do so was like absolute no-brainer. Like you can go blow that on 2 dinners.
Right.
And so for that to be, a permanent thing for our environment for the next 18 months or so was like just an obvious yes.
Sorry, quick intermission because some guy just walked into our backyard and Cora was going crazy. Good guard dog.
We didn't change anything. We didn't put anything new in, again, besides this light, which we'll talk about in a minute. But we just put a coat of paint on and we added some handles.
2 coats of paint.
True. So yeah, it was just something that I am really passionate about in general as a coach. Like, changing your environment around you is just such a huge thing. And for both of us, we are very much people who are just like very sensitive to our surroundings. And so it was something that we just really wanted to do. And, you know, big change for not a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what you can do with like a coat of paint and some cheap handles from Amazon. So, like Ben has alluded to twice now, we are sitting under a new chandelier, which I'll put a picture up of. But there was this really ugly like 90s or 80s like gold chandelier thing here. And this was the one thing that we did spend like $100 on this piece. Because we had saved, we were thinking it was going to be closer to like $350 to update the kitchen, and then it ended up not being that much. So we purchased this with all intentions of taking this baby down, putting the old guy back up, and leaving with this for whichever new place we go to. That's something that I think a lot of people do when they're updating a rental, is they change out light fixtures or they change out curtains or things like that. You can take those with you. We can't take the paint and the handles with us, but that to us was worth it for the next year and a half. And so I think the grand total in here was about $250 that we spent total between the light and the rest of the kitchen, plus a weekend working with each other and my dad. So it was a good time, and we got to eat out a little bit more because we couldn't use the kitchen, which I was a fan of. But so we did all of that kind of stuff. And then our landlord knew we were doing this. He was fine with it as long as we didn't ruin the floor or anything. And so Benjamin sent him photos of it to just show him what it looked like. We were kind of hoping that like maybe he would credit us even half of what we spent, since it's technically going to be him who makes out with some of this when he wants to re-rent it. But yeah.
Yeah, so he responded well to the pictures and was like, wow, it looks really good. And just said, I'd like to credit you guys for it. And I then shot him a picture of the light and was like, well, if you're wanting to do that, we actually bought this light too. It's, we were planning on taking it, but if you really like it and feel like it fits and are willing to reimburse us, then, that's yours as well. And so he ended up sending us $350 for that. So we ended up making $100.
Well, he reimbursed us for our time.
I was going to say for our labor.
Yeah. So it actually ended up being a zero cost for us, besides a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we made $100.
Right. But but like technically whatever. So zero cost on our side. We made some time. We made some money for the time that we spent doing it. But we really like it. Right now, you're not getting a great view of it. For some reason, it's showing a little bit more off-white up there. No, I'll do a video when it's clean so that you guys can see what everything looks like. But maybe I'm even overlaying that now. But here is our final kitchen. It's a little bit lived in right now, obviously. But there's our countertops. Excuse the mess. And yeah, these were like the best thing to have purchased. As you can see, it's gotten a little bit dirty, so we just need to wipe those off, but loving it otherwise. And we also got this beautiful chandelier type thing that we really love too. It really adds to the farmhouse nature. So it's really nice. It's just like an off-white color, just a little bit off-white, but not super stark white. And we put on these really nice handles, which are really cute. And then, like I said, the countertop was already there. Obviously, all the appliances were already there. So that was really the only option. And then we changed this light. So I really am happy that we did it. Yeah. I feel like it's totally lifted up this space. It's so much more bright in here because this window gets tons of light, so it just brightens up the kitchen a lot more. And yeah, for literally no money for us, we were able to update our rental and yeah, we'll get to live in this for the next couple of years. So that's kind of why we decided to upgrade our rental kitchen. I know not everybody's landlord will pay you the way that ours did, but I do think if you want to drop $100, $150, you can do some pretty substantial changes. I know some people also do like the sticky backsplash. We didn't end up doing that this time, but we might at some point, who knows. But for now, this updated it enough that we really enjoy it. I'll have a full blog post down below that you can click on that'll show you like what we actually did and how much everything was and what we got, just because it's a little too difficult to show in the video. But yeah, that's what we did to update our rental kitchen. We're really happy with it. We, of course, did this the same weekend that we bought our car, which you will also see. You saw that video earlier. So Benjamin and I are known as like all or nothing people. We, for some reason, just do all big things at the same time, unintentionally usually, but it ended up being that as well. So we had a great time while my dad was visiting, put him to work a little bit while he was here, and then now we
got a nice kitchen out of it.
Got a nice kitchen out of it, right?
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We do all kinds of financial, wellness, lifestyle type videos over here. I try to put up 2 videos a week. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and we will see you in the next video.